But right now, please welcome back to the show the Chief Scientific Officer over at the Wellness Company. That would be one Dr. Peter McCullough. Dr. McCullough, how are you?
Good, thank you.
It's always good to have you on. Welcome back. Let's talk about bird flu. We were talking about it last night. Are we going to see variants of the bird flu? Do I hear there's maybe a more deadly strain of the bird? Is this going to be like COVID 2.0 with the strains? And what should we know about this?
The bird flu pandemic's been slow moving over the last 4 years and greatly worsened by the biosecurity program from the USDA, where healthy chickens are taken to mass destruction called culling. That's exposing virgin flock after virgin flock to get reinfected and have allowed genetic changes to occur in avian influenza through mutation and genetic reassortment. The bottom line is we have seen the emergence of a dangerous variant called D1.1. Very serious case. A teenager nearly died in British Columbia. She survives. A man in Louisiana dies of D1.1. Now a toddler in Cambodia, and then a man in Cambodia died from genetic reassortment, new strain. The bottom line is it looks like bird flu has taken a turn for the worse, and it's because of our own doing with this agricultural policy of culling.
So when people say we've discovered, or this case that you're referring to, what does discovery mean? What does that look like? How are they discovering it? Is it just new cases popping up, or is this something going on somewhere else? What does discovery mean, and what does that look like?
It means when there's a case that samples are taken from the lungs and throughout the body and genetic analysis done to see if it's just good old bird flu that we've seen for the last 4 years, or has it changed, and the whole genomic sequencing is done. And indeed, this D.1 variant, which is in both poultry and cattle, looks more serious for humans. It's still not very serious for the animals. And it is spreading from different mammalian species now. It's in about 40 mammalian species. So we could be on the verge of human-to-human transmission.
And so you talked about this culling, and again, this started in the last administration?
Right. This was under the Biden administration, USDA, and here government workers come on the farms. They sample many chickens, but they put the swabs in a single test tube. They throw the chickens back in the bin, and when they get a positive test, they don't know which one was positive, so they kill the entire flock. They sterilize the facilities. They take the facility offline for about 90 days. This has dramatically raised the cost of eggs, chickens on their way up, and it's all completely unnecessary. It's not allowing the animals to develop natural immunity.
And it's not containing the virus, obviously. So do you hope that the Trump administration, I'm sure they're aware of this, or are you looking for them to make a change here?
I am. Secretary Rollins came out and said there's going to be a 5-pronged approach and used the term biosecurity. Wasn't specific. Now, Robert F. Kennedy came out in the last 48 hours and said, all of his scientists are telling him that this culling is the wrong thing to do. So I hope it changes quickly. The farmers should actually pull out the sick birds, let the others develop natural immunity, and then this problem is going to settle down.
And you guys at the Wellness Company, obviously being on the front lines of this and being ahead of the curve, you actually just initiated a program for farmers. Tell me a little bit about that.
The Prevent and Protect program is a free program for our farmers. They go to our website, fill out their information, their poultry and agriculture licenses, and they will get free Wellness Company kits. So we're talking about virucidal nasal sprays, throat sprays, early treatment that works, because the personal protective equipment and all the other measures aren't really protecting the workers. So the Wellness Company stepped in and did the right thing, providing protection where it's needed.
Just a couple quick last things for you. Is there a bird flu vaccine that's needed? Would it ever be effective if there is? And we certainly don't need one, do we?
No, we don't. Vaccinating the animals and the humans will make it worse because the virus will mutate and get stronger. There is a human vaccine that is approved in 2021. It hasn't been rolled out, the CSL Seqirus vaccine. Normal human volunteers died with that one. Doesn't look good. Now, the Moderna and Gates CEPI vaccines look even more dangerous. They're genetic vaccines. And on the animal side, we have the Zoetis and the MedEdge vaccines. Both of those don't look like it's a good idea either. I think we need to go back. If we change our practices to what was done 50 years ago, just let the birds get through it and we'll be okay.
So I noticed that RFK Jr. today announced the FDA will now eliminate an exemption that has allowed big food to put harmful chemicals into our foods. I don't know what you think about that. But my follow-up question today, you can tell us what you think about that. But do you have a time frame that you'd like to see RFK deal with mRNA in vaccines? Are you surprised we haven't heard from him on that? What's your feeling on that?
Well, the first part is generally recognized as safe, GRAS designation. We're no longer going to just accept the company's word for it. There'll need to be expert panels and evidence review. I think it's the right thing. For each one of these various food ingredients, it may take a couple years to get them out of the food supply just because of the logistics of the supply chain. In terms of messenger RNA, it's not turning out to be a safe platform. I think the sooner we get to a halt in messenger RNA vaccine development, the better. Anybody receiving messenger RNA better be in a clinical trial where there's safety oversight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. McCullough, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very much for a few moments.
Thank you.